I'm from the same place as trap music. This that first react music. They can't hold me back. I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this. My flow, I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking. You should hush, bitch. I am from the heavy base. My bro called a heavy case. Got a couple.
Happy Easter and welcome back to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Tonight, we will be smoking on the word manipulate. In American culture, the word manipulate is commonly thought of to be negative. But we want to find out if the word manipulate is bad, good, or misunderstood. I am Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV. Always with the God, Ali Dawu El at BK Soul Farm.
Hey.
And we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God.
Peace, God. What you dealing with?
Man, another beautiful, fantastic, magnificent Easter Sunday.
You know it.
You know, they say Jesus was resurrected this day. The sun risen from the deadeth.
You know, if I ain't never believe it, I believe it today because today my dad's Earth Day. So shout out to the God, Kenneth Wayne McCrae.
Yes.
We love you. Happy Earth Day. Peace.
Yes. Bless the dad. You know, we wish you many, many more sunrises and prosperity and youth and a life full of youth. You know,
Life full of youth.
A life full of youth. Yes, guy. What you dealing with though, guy? How you been?
I'm good, bro. Just redesigning the yard, just getting the farm in better order, more secure. Working on some fencing, right? So I just got 2 pallets of cinder blocks, came in a pallet of concrete. Bags came in, so we're gonna be working on that for a little while. Got my hands full, bro, but I like it because once it's all together, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be strong.
It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be strong. That's how it's supposed to go.
Hell yeah. So now everything is good, man. Got some new bees, so everything is going well there. So like life is just buzzing along, man. It's just, you know, I'm put myself in position for all this and it's happening. Right. So I'm super appreciative, right? So everything is good.
Yes.
No complaints.
Look, in the words of Damon Wayans, Mo honey, mo honey, mo honey, mo honey, mo honey. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
indeed.
That's good. Yep. So to everybody out there watching, make sure to like and share this video and also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. So when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. And tonight, y'all, we are smoking on the word manipulate. And what we do here, if you are new to the channel, is we define words, break them down, analyze them, you know, ostracize them, contradict them, chastise them. I mean, we just have fun with the word. 2 big nerds smoking on words. That's what we do here. And we have fun with it because we are products of the American educational system. You know, so we might have got taught some shit the same way you got taught that shit and thought it was the right thing, but god dang on it, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? We've been misapplying shit out here, you know, at an alarming rate. So, you know, we try to provide a chance to be able to, you know, not have to go to prison to sit still to actually learn some of these words.
Facts.
You know, respect to the honorable late Malcolm X, brother Malcolm X, who is the inspiration behind this show, because when he was incarcerated, part of his rehabilitation and elevation was to learn the words that were taught to him by the English language and school system that was taught to us. Okay. So this is what we do here, y'all. Um, we smoking on the word manipulate this evening, and we have 3 questions that we usually shape around our word. And we'll go ahead and bring those questions up this evening. And we also encourage you all to, tell us what you think in the comments section. When you read these words, when you read these questions, let us know. You can respond in the chat, the live chat, or you can actually comment down below after we're done with the live stream. Either way, and we will respond to you. So our first question this evening will be, what do you think of when you hear the word manipulate? What do you think of just when you hear the word manipulate? When you just hear it, let us know in the comment section. Our second question this evening is: can manipulate be both a positive and a negative? And if yes or no, explain. Can manipulate be both a positive and a negative? If yes or no, explain. And then our third and final question this evening will be: what does consequence of manipulation look like? What does a consequence of manipulation look like? And if you are watching right now and you think, oh, consequence, that's negative, then I, you know, would highly recommend that you go and check out Cigar Sundays Live episode 59, the word consequence. And I think we went over that very clearly so you could understand and we could understand and learn what consequence actually is defined as, not what we mean it to be culturally, how we use things colloquially, what colloquial mean like casually, where we took the words, where we take some words that are offensive and then it's like how you use them, things like that, and we make it feel good sometimes, and then we make it be offensive sometimes, like if something was defined to be offensive, then it should be offensive all the time, but we do things differently. So that's the way society makes up things. That's the way our culture adopts things, and we put our spin on it. Going ahead into our first question before we get into the definition of the word manipulate. What do you think of when you hear the word manipulate? The God, Ali Dawu El at BK Soul Farm.
Peace, God. So for me, the first thing I think about when I hear the word manipulate, I think of 2 things. I think that is natural, and I also think that it's tricky, right?
Really tricky. Okay.
Nah, not naturally tricky. Well, actually, yeah, right? Because it might be just that. So I say natural because I think that um, when you from a man's perspective or from a male's perspective, when you see a woman that you are attracted to and you want to get to know her better, um, you will try your best to convince her to spend some time with you, right? You will do your best to convince her, even if she say she's not interested at first. It kind of should stop right then and there, but you normally persist and be like, was that a hard no, or was that just like a try a little hard Negro because you ain't giving me your best yet, and then you fix your shirt and be like, excuse me, miss, what's your name? Can I come and possibly? Can I take
Right.
you out tonight? Right? Like you actually walk up on her and actually spit your joint, and that's that might be what she might be wanting to hear or be needing to hear at that moment, or from you to give you her number.
Okay.
Right? I think that's a natural thing, right? You see something and you want it, and you will do whatever you think that you can get to, whatever you think you can do to actually get that peacefully,
Right.
right? I say that's natural.
Okay.
I say it's tricky because you can weaponize that, or that can be weaponized in marketing, and in that same way, right? And as a man talking to a woman, you could pretend to be the trendy thing that women are quote unquote colloquially attracted to lure out the type of women that society is saying. It's kind of like that they say that women like bad boys, so to speak, right? So if you's a square, so to speak, you can actually put on a facade or persona that you super tough. You can actually go out the club, start punching people in the face, and start doing like.
That ain't gonna work. That shit ain't gonna work.
I'm just saying,
That
like
ain't gonna work.
I'm saying, but if
That
you
ain't
got
gonna
some,
work.
you take some classes first.
Is she with you? Is she with you? Because the first
I
person
don't,
you punch in the
I
face
don't, I
and then
don't
you get
know.
drugged through the club, she gonna be like, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You take some
she
classes
should be
first.
like that's what she just saw. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how tough. I don't know. You might
Right?
not want to be tough guy. You might want to be cool cat.
I'm just saying, right? And then, or you can even take it a step further in the club. You can actually put a actual substance in somebody's drink to alter their
Oh shit,
to alter their consciousness.
that's a charge,
To
ain't it?
it's, that's why I say it's tricky, right? Because you're manipulating.
Right.
You're still operating on a desire of what you want, right? And you're still operating off the motion of I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to get whatever I want, but now you're willing to put somebody in danger to get it, right? And and that's why I say it's naturally tricky, like you say, right? It's um
Naturally tricky.
because I think putting drugs is a form of manipulation, right? It alters your mind, and somebody can do something that they may not necessarily do when they're not um influenced by outside substance or foreign substance that they didn't choose on their own,
Right.
right? So I think that's why I say it's natural, because boys like girls and girls like boys.
Hmm.
Pheromones are real, right?
Hmm.
Like you smell what you like, and you are naturally attracted to what you smell. Like your body is attracted to that other person's body
Hmm.
naturally, organically, without you even meaning to be.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
Right? Pheromones are real. That's why they do the perfumes and stuff, because they realize that it's super real, and they figured out a way to market to manipulate us into changing what we like, right? So they change our smell and got everybody smelling the same way, or a great large majority of people smelling one particular way, which may be opposite or anti their own natural smell. So you might be putting on a mask that's repelling the person that you might really actually be supposed to be with.
Because they can't smell your real funk.
They can't smell. They can't smell your real funk. They can't like, and they might, and somebody, the person's for you will be attracted to your funk,
Attracted to your funk. Attracted to the funk, baby. Down on the funk. Out on the funk. Attracted
right?
to your funk. That
But we
sounds
don't.
like some cool. Attracted to your funk.
You
We
know what
might
I'm
have to
saying?
do that one.
Yeah, yeah. Put it on the 8 track as a on the album
Holla at
cover.
Boosie and see if we can get Uncle Charlie on there. Attracted to your funk.
Yeah, nah, so that's what I think, right? So that's what I think of when I think of manipulation. What you got? What you
Yeah,
think about
God.
that?
Yeah, God. Man, you said a lot though, because it is so many things that um I mean I would just write an exact with that. But when I hear the word automatically, I'm thinking something needs to be done. Like and that's what I'm saying. Like not not speaking for what I think socially everybody thinks of it as, but just like when When Earl Pearl hit a word, it's like something is being done, whether it's a positive or negative. Something is being done. It's being manipulated. You know. Now,
I'm tracking that.
now, because I have somewhat of an understanding of the duality of the word. Prior to that understanding, every time I heard the word manipulate, I thought something negative. Prior to me understanding what manipulate is, what it means to what not what it means, what is defined as, what is manipulate, then it was all I used it negatively, and I unconsciously used it positively because the things that I was being successful at, I also was manipulating it. But the things that I was doing negatively, I was manipulating that shit too. So, so like now I look at it like it's something being done. It's just what is going on? What's the action? What's happening? What's going on? And I don't always look at it, and I always don't look at it. I always don't perceive it as negative, like right off the top, just because of that. Like when things happen, the military teaches us that God model, and you know how you got to assess things first. That's the first thing you have to do is assess the situation.
Where's the danger?
Like what's going on?
What the hell is going on? Right
like once you find out what going on, then it's like, all right, now you can do something. But before, if you just assuming like, okay, well maybe it's this, well maybe it's that, well maybe like, how can you do anything effective? How can you do anything to resolve it? How can you have, an effective goal? How can you reach a goal that's beneficial for everybody if it's just chaos? And it isn't some of those, some of that logic like we was talking about last episode being implemented. So when I hear the word manipulate, the first thing come to my mind is like, what's going on? Like something is being done, and it could be negative, it could be positive. I don't know but you always look for the negative first. And I think that's I think that's a safety mechanism in people. I don't know if that is always, because I always look for the positive. Even though I look for the negative first, I look for the positive, because I think when I'm seeing manipulate, I'm looking at what needs to be fixed or what needs to be solved or what needs to be done. So that way we can get to the positive, but I'm looking at it like something is bad right now. It's bad right now, but that shit temporary. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never stuck on bad. I don't know how to be stuck on bad. Like I can't afford to be stuck on bad. It's not beneficial for me and people that depend on me, people I love, people I care about, people care about me. It's not beneficial for me to be stuck on bad. So yeah, so manipulate, when I hear that word, God, that's the first thing I think of. Something is being done.
Yo, God, I wrote that down. Something needs to be done, right? And you said something very interesting to me. You said the word effective in your speech, right? You said the word effective, do something effective. And the first thing I thought about when thinking about manipulation in mind and the word effective is on TV and in the movies, it is not repeated doing something effective. What's repeated when trauma strikes a group of not brainiacs but like just regular people, when hysteria kicks in, that the TV always shows you somebody saying, somebody do something, somebody just do something, right? Not something effective, not Not let's assess the situation and figure out what to do. Just do something. And that manipulation, I think, transferred over into real life to where somebody's expecting somebody to do something, right? And they don't even know what that thing that they want to be done is, because they've been trained to just say, just do something, just move to the left, see if that works, move to the right, see if that works, just jump up and down, see if that works, spin around in a circle, see if that works, pray to God, see if that works, don't pray to God, see if that works. Just do something. You just can't think. Thinking is not doing anything. Assessing is not doing anything. You got to do something.
Yeah, after the assessment. After the thought. You know, I can sit around with a whole bunch of damn shit in my head, but if I don't never do nothing, I just thought about a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying?
These
So
guys, they just want to do anything. They don't have no
yeah,
thoughts about anything, right? Just
yeah.
and they get that from TV. Like all this, the people have always fallen down when they running from stuff. Like I think people are trained to to the fact now, if they really ran, they will fall down and
You
look
know,
back
like
and
the
wait
scary movies, like
and wait for the thing to come and get their ass.
I remember in the movies and shit, you'd be like, "No, get up, keep running." Then
Like, how
Jason
you
or Freddy
fall?
just come,
How you fall?
you know, and it's like, damn, if that was me, I would have kept running or something. I would
How to
have got the
get
fuck up
running?
out of there. You know, you'd be like, man, I'd have got the hell on. I wouldn't have been
He
sticking around.
ain't even running. He walking. Like,
You
get out of
know,
here. You
what
got
the fuck
mad
they
time.
keep looking back for? They keep looking. Is he close? Is he close? Like,
Looking back and not running.
look, man.
You know what I'm
Shout out to the old horror movies. It's a whole channel. Hey, sidebar guy. Like I got this Hulu thing
saying?
and the Roku thing, man. They got so much TV on there. I said, this don't make no sense, you know. But I did see something that the price is right, and it brought back memories. And I was like, man, I will take time and watch The Price is Right.
Yeah.
But if you look at some of them prices, though, you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I get caught every now and again, and I get my TV stuck on the Growing Pains channel.
Growing Pains
Oh,
with
so
Alan Thicke
yeah,
and
I
Michael
caught,
J.
yeah,
Fox. You know,
nah, I caught that joint. It came on, the theme song was on. I was like, ah, man, I started crying.
man,
I felt like I was a kid. I wanted to sit there and right in front of the TV,
man,
my feet all crossed and stuff. Yeah, what was doing
damn,
with Michael J. Fox? I gotta find that one. That was
that was a classic right there.
yeah.
That's definitely a classic one. So
Um,
yeah, y'all, we are smoking on the word manipulate tonight, and we just got finish answering the first question. What do you think of when you hear the word manipulate? Uh, Go ahead and tell us what you think when you hear the word manipulate in the chat or down in the comment section. And we're gonna go ahead and get into this evening's definition of the word manipulate. So we are sourcing the word manipulate this evening from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary online.com, Merriam-Webster.com dictionary / manipulate. And manipulate is given to us as a verb. And the definition: one, to treat or operate with, or as if the hands, or by mechanical means, especially in a skillful manner. To treat or operate with.
yeah, that's like opening a knife.
Okay. Or as if with the hands, or by mechanical means, especially in a skillful manner.
Yeah.
All right. Then we have 2A, to manage or utilize skillfully. To manage or utilize skillfully. Manipulate. To manage or utilize skillfully. Hmm. That don't sound negative.
Nope.
Then we have to be, to control or play upon artful, unfair, or insidious means, especially to one's own advantage. To control or play upon by artful, unfair, or insidious means, especially to one's own advantage.
Yo, that got me thinking. If when I see the word artful from now on, should I look at that sideways, like somebody trying to do something to me, trying to be disrespectful? Because it's followed by unfair and insidious. So now I'm thinking artful is like a fu word.
Well, you know what? We got time. Let's go and check it out. Let's go and see. Artful. Perform with or showing art or skill. Using or characterized by art or skill. Dexterous. Adroit in attaining an end, usually by insinuating or indirect means. Willie. Artificial. You
Hmm.
know? So you could get it in a positive form. It could be artfully positive, right? But the problem that it has in relation to manipulate is it's followed by unfair or insidious, which means having a gradual or cumulative effect, developing so gradually as to be established before a parent, awaiting a chance to entrap, treacherous, harmful but enticing, seductive.
So when they
So
say artful, they mean like a con artist.
that's where they could be. I mean, I'm sure that they're referring to a
Yeah,
as far
yeah.
as awaiting a chance to entrap
And trap. Yeah.
treacherously, like trying to bait somebody into doing something so then you can, you know, try to get them locked up or some shit or, get them in trouble,
Harmful but
you know.
enticing.
But this says entrap, it's almost like you set the trap for them,
Yeah.
you know. Like if you leave them alone, ain't no trap to be set. So that's where we see manipulate. That shit don't always work out for people. Um, honesty is the best policy. So we have to treat or operate with or as if the hands or by mechanical means, especially in a skillful manner, to manage or utilize skillfully, to control or play upon by artful, unfair, or insidious means, especially to one's own advantage. And three, to change by artful or unfair means so as to serve one's purpose, to doctor some shit, right? That's what we hear. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and doctor that, and we
Hmm.
say that like for so many different. This is how this is how casual we are in conversation and in American culture, and we don't know words because folks use that word all the time. You say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and oh, I got some soup over here. I'm gonna doctor that up,"
Hmm.
right? So we're not talking about anything unfair or insidious, right? We're not necessarily talking about anything um, related to medicine. We're just saying, I need to doctor it up. I need to, and we use that as a word and like, I need to put it together, or I need to fix it, or I need to.
Yeah, but you see the word or there, right? So it's to change artfully or by or unfair means.
Right. And
So
then
so
yeah,
so when you say when you're cooking something, you can doctor it up, spicy it up. You can artful. You can put your little spin on it.
right. Yep. So I think what we see how everybody commonly associates the word manipulate is this right here. Is to
Yeah.
is to control or play upon by awful, unfair, or insidious means, especially to one's own advantage. I think this is the most common use of it. You know, a lot of people get up every day and manipulate to manage to utilize their skill set, you know, for whatever their profession is, and you know, their budget is, whatever their household is, whatever their finances are, whatever their relationships are, you know, to manage or utilize skillfully. So we do this every day, but we don't give the credit to the manipulation of it, because psychologically everybody think to manipulate you doing something bad. When here we see to manage or utilize skillfully, that's a positive. What things in your life do you manage or utilize skillfully? You manipulate it. That ain't bad.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you're successful at, to manage it or utilize it skillfully. But because we taught because if we're not taught to learn these words, you know, we're taught to go whatever the one is that everybody else going with. So when it's so if it's manipulation, then it's messed up, it's bad, it's fucked up, it's full of fuckery. You know,
fuckery. That's funny.
You know,
you're right, because that 2A is just driving to work, just getting into your car and arriving alive.
Come on,
it's skillful. Right, you got mad crazy people out here, and by crazy I mean people from so many different places around the world where automobiles exist that drive by their own specific rules that come here to this country and forget sometimes that they're not in their own country, and they use some of their old rules and stuff, right? It's weird. So if you can arrive alive, you pretty skillful.
You made it to work.
You made it.
You made it to work.
Good job.
It was you. I don't know what you did. I don't know how you performed, but you at least got there, because some folks didn't show up.
You got there. That's what I'm saying, right? Like it's a bunch of weirdos out here.
So here we go. We got synonyms: exploit and play upon. And then we'll go through the thesaurus. And manipulate is given to us in 3 different ways, as in to exploit, as in to manage, and as in to negotiate. Okay. So as in exploit, we have manipulate, to control or take advantage of by artful, unfair, or insidious means. All right. Then we have exploit, deceive, play upon, maneuver, trick, engineer, delude, device, fool, hoodwink, dupe, finagle, scheme, arrange, jockey, fraud, defraud, plot, cheat, bluff, intrigue, beguile, snow, gall, swindle. So you swindler. Contrive, take in, cozen, kid. What's that? Machinate.
Yeah, machinate. Yes,
machinate, mastermind, finesse, Shanghai, hoax, con, chisel, fleece, hustle. All right. So all of these words here are to exploit. And that's why I'm gonna say this right here, like on hustle. I'm gonna stop that right there. A lot of people that I know always talk about, oh man, I got to hustle, I got to do this. And I always tell folks, man, look, if you treating it like a hustle,
it's no good, man.
Then you ain't gonna win.
It's no good. Like you're not serious, and you trying to take advantage of people, and you like it's not a business, because you're treating it like a hustle. You're treating it like it's like a hustle. It's like you're trying to exploit people. Like this is a good one. This is a good one.
If you out here thinking you finessing, it's in the same category as conning. It's in the same category as swindling. That's why I ain't doing nothing with no finessing.
No finessing.
It's all in scheme, defraud, you know, all that shit that you hear in the music, you know, these young folks' music, none of it is giving you the actual tools to actually level up in life. It's all taking these words and these things and saying just do more fuckery. That's all it's saying. It ain't saying mature. It ain't saying be responsible, be accountable. You know, it ain't saying elevate. You know, it ain't saying none of that. It's saying crash out and don't value your life.
Correct.
You know, it's being used to exploit you,
To exploit you.
to trick you, to devise you, to hoodwink you, to dupe, to cheat you out of life, to cheat you out of valuing your life and where you are in life and the things that you've been fortunate enough around you to not value them.
Think about all them cats that got to go sit down and how much time that they got cheated, that they cheated themselves out of. Right? Because they had to sit down for all them years to make amends. I saw a video today. A brother got released after doing 40 years, and my God, damn. So he was 30 when he went, 70 when he getting out.
Yeah, it don't make no sense, and he regret every single minute of it.
And he regret he made a video on his way out talking about, man, this ain't no good. I did 40 years. This ain't where it's at. You know, just follow the rules. Get you a good education. Get you a good job. Like none of that street stuff is worth it. That's what I'm saying, man. Like all of the real ones keep saying all that hustling and finessing and swindling stuff and trying to get over. None of that stuff is cool. None of that stuff is good. But people keep listening to folks that's not the real ones that look like the real ones. And I'm saying if they not locked up, I don't know how real they are. Right?
Man, I'm gonna tell you some real shit from somebody who really know about it, who been around, who got family members, all that stuff. Anybody who think that doing crime is beneficial is a fucking dummy in 2025.
A whole big dummy. Big dummy.
You know, because it is I have them. You know, I always say I have law enforcement friends and family who sit around, who watch people. First of all, the feds don't even come get you until they got you.
And they got you when they coming.
And they got you when they coming.
They already got you when they
so
coming.
they know when they coming because they want to be, you know, what people don't realize about law enforcement and is this ain't no secret. It is to the dummies, to the criminals, you know, but when they come in and they seize you, they wait till you get a whole bunch of money. They wait till you got a whole bunch of shit so that way they can it's worth, you know, the agencies can split the ransom.
Correct.
You know, so it's a reason why they wait, and you know, it's a reason why they watch and why they let you think you living your best life, why they know who your baby mama is, your girl on the side, the other chick, the wife you got, the, you know what I'm saying, the girl you got that's doing this and doing it. Come on, man, they know about all that, you know. So I mean, it don't, you know, but be thugs. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Don't value your life. You know, just stay the fuck away from me for real, because we ain't with all that dumb shit. You know, we want people to have value and to enjoy their life and get something out of it. You know, it's a pleasure in getting old.
Fucking right.
You know, it's a joy to get old. You know, and I'm not sitting around looking at my grandmama be 94 years old and not pray to God that I'm blessed with the same, you know, DNA and everything to try to get there too, whatever it look like, you know, and I want to make it look the best that I can with my, you know, with the best ability I have. So
all facts,
you know, fuck all that dumb shit. You know, if you think turning up is cool, fuck you. If you think shooting up people is cool, fuck you. If you think going to jail and selling dope is cool, fuck you. You know, we ain't on none of that.
None of that.
None of that shit. If you think killing kids and all that dumb shit and touching kids, and fuck you. We ain't
Oh
fucking with
man.
none of that. Death to you. 1,000 deaths. You know what I'm saying? We ain't with none of that ratchet shit. We don't think none of that shit is cute. None of that shit. You know, we done that long enough. We done already been that long enough. Let's do something else. Let's try to be something else. Or is that all we can be? Or you can't think past that?
Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm saying? Tired of the fuckery, man. You know, yeah, we know Jay-Z made the song, You Gonna Still Be a Nigga No Matter What, blah, blah, blah. But guess what, though? You ain't got to be in your brain. Do you got to be that in your head? Do you have to say, I got to hold on to some part of being a nigga to be a real nigga?
And I'm saying no.
And I'm saying, fuck that shit.
Fuck that. Yo, man. Like, I ain't with none of that. Like I'm telling you, man, like when I was going up to Attica when I was a kid, bro, going to visit my uncle, and I got my scares straight from up close and personal. I'm like nah, son, like this is not good. Life was telling me this is not the life for me. Right? Like been telling me from the time I was from way young. You know, I couldn't imagine going to sit down for 40 years and having to be under the thumb of somebody else telling me when to get up, when to go eat, when to go to bed, when to go to shower, or however that prison life stuff go. Well, however go on TV, that looks horrible, right? And I'm good on all that.
Yeah. I'm good on all that, you know, and especially since I'm an adult, the last thing I want is somebody telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like
I've been working this whole time.
Like man, like I've been off the porch since 9. I've been, you know, I asked mom, can I get the Adidas when you can pay for them?
So you can pay for them.
You know, so I'm cutting grass, goddamn raking leaves, shoveling snow, doing whatever. Come on, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I've been responsible for a long ass time. Yeah. I've been not putting my burdens on anybody else for a long time because I ain't even asked my mama for shit. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, family, we ain't, you know, like I said, you got to know who I am for real in real life. You know, don't let the internet get shit twisted, tangled or twisted, man. Don't let the internet manipulate the shit for you. That's all I'm saying. You know, cause I have fun. I give you some real and I give you some internet shit too. That's what we doing on here, y'all. And tonight we smoking on the word manipulate with myself, DBCHEFTV, and the God Ali, Dawu L at BK Soul Farm. And we're gonna go ahead and continue. In the thesaurus, we have manipulate as in manage with the synonyms to deal with something, usually skillfully or efficiently. Now, here's where we have manipulate as in to manage, to deal with something, usually skillfully or efficiently. Okay? So this says manage, handle that situation, address it, take care of it, treat it, negotiate. Negotiate means what? To have logical, rational, calm conversation to find a solution. Every time you watch a TV show, a movie or something like that, and they bring in the negotiator, right? The negotiator comes in to do what? They are trying to manipulate, right? Because they want nobody to get hurt. Ain't that what they say? We don't want nobody to get hurt.
Mm-hmm. That's their number one goal.
Yeah, we do want to lock your ass up. But But you did it. You caused us, you created a situation for your ass to get locked up, right? Okay, but we don't want to kill you. All right. We just want to get this over. Bam. So we can move on. All right. Play, maneuver, feel, cope with, swing, hack, contend, grapple with, control, pull, come to grips with, regulate, have a grip on, carry out the mission, engineer the situation, steer it in the right direction, stir it up in the right direction, get off. That could be you. That's used so many different ways. Carry off, direct, to guide the situation. Here we see finesse again. And that's one of them words that just be in the negative and in the positive. It's how you applying it.
How you using it, yeah.
All right. To respond to react to. Okay. Jockey. To micromanage. To command, take command of the situation, to bring it off, to run it. You know, if you think you can run it, run it. That's my giant right there. So we have manipulate as in to negotiate, to plan out usually with subtle skill or care. And then we see a lot of the same words we just saw last time: negotiate, arrange, engineer, manage, maneuver, plot, contrive, finagle, finesse, frame, machinate, conclude. Conclude, that ain't that conclude. Conclude, that means we solving shit. We getting to the end, right?
We all the way at the end. We done had a beginning, a middle, and now
we conclude and we say, you know what, man, damn, it took a little bit for us to get there, but we got there, right? It took a little bit for us to get there, but we got there.
Hell, the conclude is almost like the closeout, ain't it? That's after the end.
You know?
Yeah,
and sometimes the conclusion makes you appreciate the journey.
Yeah.
If you value the lesson. Now, if you don't value the lesson, then you're liable to allow yourself to fuck up again, because hard head make a soft ass.
100% of the time.
Wangle, mastermind, scheme, conduct, workout, handle. You know, we used to say work out. You know, especially when I used to play hoop, when I used to go ball, you know, oh yeah, I'm finna work out. Y'all ain't got shit. Conniving ass. That's one of the ones that, and see, this is in negotiate, to plan out usually with subtle skill or care. And we always look at this as negative. Connive is always presented as negative. You know, trying to hammer out the details so we can get things together. You know, concoct, concert, direct, intrigue, angle for, hatch, compass, cook up. You know, we do that. I'm the chef. We always on the cook up.
Facts.
Brew, command, and brew. We gotta say, which one of them guys? Who was the who used to make the brew for Jesus? St. John?
I'm not the one.
Who was that? One of them used to make beer. Was it Matthew, Luke, or John? One of them used to be something with the grains or something like that. I don't know. I'm thinking about the movie 10 Commandments or something. Somebody was fat sitting up on there talking about, I got the brew, I got the hops, and all that. You know, it's Easter, y'all. Happy Easter, y'all. Happy Jesus Resurrection Day. Command, run, gerrymander, quarterback, and captain the situation. You know, And that's what we do sometimes. We say, you know what, I got to quarterback this situation because I got to get it done. You know, I got to run the play. You know, even gerrymander is always considered negative. The meaning of it when people hear it. But clearly the definition does not give gerrymander just a negative, you know, as in to negotiate. When you're talking about gerrymander, is to plan out, usually with subtle skill or care.
Word.
So it's so many words that we use that we have no real knowledge of what these words are actually defined as. We just give them meaning and everybody go with that shit, you know? And that's a problem because then you come around and people think you stupid because you saying, nah, that ain't, because you disagreeing with how folks talking, with how they doing the shit. You know what I'm saying? You like,
you either stupid or you bougie.
Yeah, then you bougie, you know,
You one of
or
the
you
two.
smart, or you one of them smart ones,
The uppity, sedity
or
ass.
you uppity or some shit. Like, okay, hold up now. I thought that it was against the law for us to learn how to read and write. So now I have to limit what I want to read and write to make somebody who looked like me, who couldn't read and write, who folks couldn't read and write too, just to make you feel good about your ability to not want to read and write some more shit.
Yo, God. To that point, that's why this show is so important. Because if we believe and accept that history as the truth, then that literally means we really don't understand these words. Right? We have no clear understanding of the definition of these words if it's true that we wasn't allowed to read and write.
Right. So I gotta be hold up. What they say? Let's go. Cause this YouTube, you know, we can turn up. It's time to turn up now, baby. It's that time. You know what I'm saying? We about an hour in, God. Okay. So I gotta be a uppity nigga, a bougie nigga, a old smart nigga.
Sedity, I like that one.
A sedity nigga.
I like
What's the other words? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you Mr. Know-it-all nigga. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I gotta be all that because you refuse to read in your spare time. You don't value learning this language so you can function better.
Communicate effectively.
So you could communicate effectively.
In order to function better, right? Because in order to even function properly in the first place, right? Like you have to communicate yourself properly to yourself and to others, right? Like you can't be on some I want to walk, but then don't actually get up and take your ass over there and do that. Like just because you say you want to walk, but don't actually get up and go walk, like you're communicating poorly to yourself, right? And you're practicing bad habits. So if you lie to yourself, you definitely gonna lie to everybody else.
If you lie to yourself, you definitely gonna lie to everybody else, right? Because that's a lack of integrity.
That's a lack of integrity, and integrity is falling by the wayside, bit by bit, day by day, and it seems like people don't care. Like it's almost like integrity go away as fast as possible, so we don't get judged no more. It seems like to me.
So we don't get judged no more by each other.
By each other.
But carry your ass in the courthouse, you damn sure finna be judged. That's all they got. That's all they got going on in there. They ain't got nothing else going on in there. You know, you can't even have a court session without a damn judge. Without somebody judging your ass, right?
It ain't court without that.
Without it. Shit, wow. So
yeah,
if y'all just tuning in, y'all, we have been defining the word manipulate. We are smoking on the word manipulate this evening. Make sure to like and share the video. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays live. And we are going to go ahead and move to the second question of this evening. Now that we have defined the word manipulate, our second question this evening around the word manipulate is: can manipulate be both a positive and a negative? If yes or no, explain why. And we encourage you to let us know in the comment section, whoever's watching, why you think it could be both, or it may not, or why it's just a negative, or why it's just a positive. You know, just tell us what you think.
So I'm informed now and educated on the definition, and I have more to go on. And because I have more to go on now, I can definitely so based off my original statement, I was gonna say it was both in the first place, but now that I got more information, I can take it off people and use it as a manipulation of tools and machinery, or skillful use of my hands or of objects, right? um those things can all be good and bad depending, because they say guns don't kill people, people kill people, right? So it's not the gun fault per se by existing. It's the jerk that pointed it at somebody unintentionally and did something, right? um and when you put it on people, like I say, naturally, we have body odors, we have natural pheromones and natural smells that attract us to each other. And if we are left to our own devices, you would be attracted to the people that you are naturally attracted to. But because we live in such false realities of fakeness, like it's just like ain't nothing real no more. Like I don't know what's real no more in these streets, right? It's bananas. Um, Everybody is lying to each other. I remember one of the sisters saying a while back that they won't even show their real self when they're dating somebody until like 6 months into it. So for 6 months of getting to know somebody, of actually spending time with somebody, of trying to decide if this person is in fact worthy of your time to either do life with or to just date casually. 6 months into it, you're gonna show them who you are for the first time, and they have to accept this new person.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I was letting you cook, God. I'm just,
you know what I'm
like
saying?
the new person after the 6 months, like
Because who knows if if they show them their quote unquote true self, their real self, how much different it is from, like, you see those before and after shots with those women that put makeup on that look completely different when they take the makeup off, right? There's a lot of women that, at least to me, look very similar with makeup on and with makeup off. Like they still beautiful. Like they you can still see their face the same exact way, and makeup literally just enhance, but they still look the same. Then you got others, women, that the makeup got them like, damn, you bad, like you miss beautiful, and then it rains and
that's mean as shit. Don't do that, God. Don't do that. Don't do that, God. He said it rains.
I don't know. So that was. So you
No,
said, I
don't do that.
apologize because I
Don't
didn't.
do that. Yeah, don't
That
do that.
that,
It
that
rains.
it sounded
And then it
mean,
just
but
washes away. That sounds like some Cinderella shit.
but listen. So it
Don't do
did sound mean, but it is out of ignorance, right? Because my wife don't wear makeup,
Yeah.
so I don't have a lot of knowledge. of.
Now
And,
you know, I mean,
and
girls
we've been
like
together
to
30
do that.
years, right? 30 years
Yeah,
together. So I
girls
don't
like to
really.
do that.
So I don't know how makeup goes. So but I do. I seen them before and after pictures, and and they do be looking quite different.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and, you know, I think to me, I think that's wrong to wait 6 months to not show somebody who you are up front. But to
Mhm.
others, they gotta protect their heart, is what they say, or play it safe. They don't want to just give themselves whatever that means, right? Because once you in Ali's mind, in Ali's world, once you have sex with somebody, you've done given yourself. I mean, that's about as much as you can give of yourself.
I think so too. You know, you know. I think when shit don't work out, then then the only thing they have is oh well, at least I hit that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, but it's like, okay, you know, that's really, but you've given, that's something you can't get back. You know, that's why we don't encourage casual sex. That's why
At
we
all.
encourage, you know, should being with your high school sweetheart if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, damn, or your college sweetheart or something. But I'm like, shit, at least focus on getting the education and everything before you start focusing on worrying about if your dingaling work or if the vajayjay work. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is automatic. You don't have to know somebody or know their habits or know who they are to have a child and have a whole new responsibility that you got to be responsible for. You know, it's easy to get the fucking because you like what you see.
Super easy.
That's it. Physical attraction is the basis. Okay, is the basics. So that shit easy, you know, like it's easy to manipulate that. It's easy to be like, and then you don't know who's manipulating what on what side, whether it's the, you know, what part of the party it is, you
You
know.
have no idea
Yeah, so
because everybody lying.
yeah, everybody be lying, you know,
Everybody,
everybody lying,
lying.
everybody trying to get what they want, you
Everybody
know.
wait. Everybody waiting 6 months to tell the truth.
You know, and that's horrible. I remember when when I'm Jazz Garcelle said that, and I was like 6 to 8 months. Then you finally reveal the real you. So what does that look like? Did that look like the I'm gonna get you sucker movie where they pulled off the wig and the eyelashes and everything, popped the leg off? Like this the real me?
Ooh, now pop the leg off. I'm like, deal breaker. But then I'm like, hold on. We gotta try that first. Take the leg off. We gotta try that
Oh man, you wild. You wild. You wild.
yeah, nah,
You
son, like,
know, I mean,
but
all the rest of the equipment was functioning. So, hey,
but real rap though, right? Like that is a form of manipulation to 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 I don't want to say play devil's advocate, but to take up for that sentiment. People do be thinking that they have to protect their heart and they're protecting themselves the best way that they know how, right? And they just don't have any good tools or good resources that they have accepted to use, right? So they use Ricky Ruma and they follow the leader. And unfortunately the leader is following a dummy that watched TV. And yeah, I was watching something on social media, and I saw these cheerleaders, and they was like, you know, they was doing their little cheerleader thing, and they was doing something, they was clapping their hands when they was talking, right? And it made me think that looks so hard. And then I started thinking, did that whole people clapping their hands when they talking like, yeah, and I'm gonna do this to your ass, and that, like, did that start from somebody watching some cheerleaders doing a cheer, and it just carried over to real life, and it's just like,
you
you
from New
know,
York, you should know. That's that son. Word to my mother. Word is born, son. Word to God, son. You know what I'm saying? That's that shit. I don't know, bro.
nah, so like
I
having a
don't know.
conversation is one thing, Like,
I
see,
don't
I'm,
know,
I'm
bro.
talking with my hand. I'm
You
talking
know
with
what I'm
my
saying?
hands right now. But like this is different than.
No, I know.
But
You talking about you talking
yeah,
about all this shit. You talking about all that
I
shit.
ain't from this school. I ain't from the school of
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
like I'm
Like
like, bro, like
the school of Brooklyn.
nah, dog.
Like
Like you done
who?
got stolen by the time you know, you know what I'm saying? Like fuck, he clapping for like shit. You know what I'm
Oh, you
saying?
gotta
That boo 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 boo. Like nah, hell nah, bro. Like
do that, right? But when I was watching, I was like, man, did they
nah,
get this?
bro.
Did they get this from these cheerleaders? And then somebody went to work and wanted to be tough and was like, right? And then that just carried on like I'm like,
I don't know, and that
it
and
was
I
it was
don't
it,
know, bro.
just thinking about it, right? Like just how we get influenced by the TV and now everybody's saying the word slime, everybody crip walking everywhere, everybody, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you know, gang culture is the new, you know, neighborhood norm now or whatever. You know,
Which is
I
crazy to me because
yeah.
the president talking about gang activity get you the death penalty is what he trying to push, right? So to me, like gang culture
Well,
should be like anti.
you know the all of the men that I know from my youth and family members too
Mhm.
that I have that were in gangs. Ain't none of them in no gangs no more. Ain't nobody doing no gang stuff.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
babies ain't on no gang stuff or none of that. They don't even support that shit. You know,
That's
they
what
done
I'm
did their
saying.
time, you know,
That's what I'm
or
saying.
whatever it is they had to do. They done pay, you know, and they grown up now and they realize, damn, I wasted a whole bunch of fucking time.
All
You
of
know.
the real ones
So
are saying F the streets. All of the
yeah.
real ones are saying, yo, that's corny out there. Like y'all tripping.
But I mean, everybody. I guess you know people like that shit for some dumbass reason. I don't know, God. I can't. You know, like see to some young folks, we gonna sound like a whole bunch of old niggas hating, right?
Got grades
Yeah,
showing
old
his.
heads. He hating. He you know because he played. He ain't in the streets no more. He's scared. He on the floor. I'm just like man, you be lucky if you did half the shit that I done. Okay,
Facts.
and even able to get to this age in the position that I'm in.
Facts.
For real. Like no cap, no kiss app.
A whole lot happened before I joined the military.
Whole lot. Whole lot.
A whole lot.
For Lil Earl. Okay.
Yeah, Lil Wayne was
You know what I'm saying?
a
Before
whole
Lil
lot. A
before
whole
Lil you know. So I'm like, man, nah. So I
shit.
know for a fact that like that's why we can be thankful, you know. And I had to do a whole lot of manipulating, you know.
Thankful and grateful.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I
Grateful.
say, man, I am humbled every day that I wake up
Come on.
already.
Come on,
Right.
just to get a nut when your eyes open up. I said, man, if you put as much effort into negative shit that you do, like hold on, how I go. I said, put the same amount of effort into doing positive things as you do when you open your eyes in the morning.
Yeah, man.
Now, when you wake up in the morning, you open your eyes up. That's the first thing you do, right? And that's the first thing that you thankful for, that my eyes opened up. The very first thing from sleep.
Yep.
Now, if you put positive energy into everything you do as much as to that, you'll be successful in life. As much you do to wake your eyes up, to open your eyes every day. That's a mindset. Ain't nobody trying to, you know, ain't nobody thinking about that. Like, damn, I be thankful for when I open my eyes up every single day. First thing I do when I open my eyes up, I think about what can I do to get accomplished this day?
Yo,
What do I need to do?
you just said ain't nobody thinking about that. You know what I thought? The reason why somebody wouldn't be thinking about that is because they grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth, right? Like they grew up super comfortable, super lazy, super everything being handed to them because of like because if you ain't like because life If you ain't never lost nothing, if you ain't never seen loss, if you ain't never lived in poverty for real, if you ain't never had nothing for real, if you ain't never had to really go get it for real, right? Really, like, you wouldn't have the level of appreciation. Like, if you didn't actually see bodies drop, like if you ain't have experiences for real, you would not understand. So you would think that you would need to be humble to another human, and you wouldn't understand that that a man that has woken up this morning is already humble, right? He's humbled by the Most High, like thank God,
Like
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 thank God
God ain't have to let my eyes open up this morning.
at all. Buried my auntie yesterday. Eyes ain't never opening again. Right, like, so super humble every single day. So, like, so for another human to say I need to be humble to them, man, you might as well put up get in your fighting stance, right? Like,
That's all I can do on that one. I can be respectful, you know what I'm saying? I can give mutual respect if it's given. If it's, once I give it, if it's reciprocated, then yeah, I can do that all day and stay on that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah,
I can't do no disrespect and then think we're supposed to be cool without an apology about it.
yeah. You just
You
can't,
know what I'm
like,
saying?
nah.
Nah.
Just can't sum me, like,
And
nah.
I can give an apology and not even trip whether I get one because
If I'm wrong,
I had to give. No, not even if I'm wrong, knowing I ain't wrong. I can still do that. You know
I could
why?
do that too. Yeah, yeah,
Because me and God, because God got me, baby.
yeah. That's true too.
Because
Yeah, like,
God say, don't worry about it. You still be you.
yeah, you ain't lying.
God say, still be you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Have no fear. The wicked cannot do anything to you. Nothing. No weapon. You know? Like, I ain't scared to die. So, because I know from the first breath I took, I was on the path to the last. And nobody knows when that's going to happen. So it has to happen at some point in time. I ain't trying to go look for it. But if somebody feels as though they want to kill me, then please kill me. My family be straight. You know what I'm saying? And you would go to jail, but
Prison.
hopefully my family don't get to you first.
I was about to say.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you would hope for.
That's what I was saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna do you bad. They gonna do you real bad.
We coming.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm just thankful. I'm just like that's why I say, God, we don't be trying to be manipulating or no negative stuff. You know, when we look at manipulate, we look at it as something needs to be done or something is happening. We have a choice to be able to do something negative, or we have a choice to do something positive. Okay. We may even do something that we think is positive that may be negative. It may be perceived as negative. Okay. We may do something negative that has what? An opposite response, an opposite reaction. That has a negative reaction.
Yeah.
So you have to be what? Accountable for it either way.
Can't get around that.
You can't get around it. And that's why I said that's where integrity comes in, because now you have to say, you know what, whether I did the right thing or the wrong thing, what's the right thing to do? To acknowledge exactly what I did. Because that's the only way I'm going to get better and not do it again. That's the only way I'm going to learn from it and say, you know what, I was wrong in that situation. I need to do better. I don't like that situation. I don't like being in that type of situation. So what can I do different? I could make different choices so I don't put myself in that same type of situation again. It's that fucking simple. Maybe it's not for everybody, but that's how I got it figured in my brain.
Yeah.
You know, so can manipulate be both a positive and a negative? Yes, it can be a positive and a negative, but it's up to you. You know, what are you doing with it? What do you know, what's your purpose? What's your motive?
Hmm.
What's your intent? What's your intentions? What's your intentions? You know, and if you being honest, then you'll probably get an honest result. You know, if you being honestly negative, then your ass probably gonna get an honestly negative result too.
As you should.
So definitely, y'all, we are smoking on the word manipulate tonight. And we have been answering our questions. Question number 2: can manipulate be both a positive and a negative? If yes or no, explain. Let us know in the comment section below. We really appreciate it. Also, we have merchandise links in the description. We have BK Soul Farm merchandise, literature, uh, glasses, cookware, aprons, DB Chef TV merch, same thing, cookware, uh, socks, all the things to get right for the spring and the summer, y'all. Links in the description.
Hey.
And we really appreciate the support. Continuing on with tonight's word, manipulate. We are moving to our third question this evening. What does a consequence of manipulation look like? What does a consequence of manipulation look like? Now, I have to say that it was supposed to be manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
But me and the wife was enjoying ourselves on this Sunday evening, so I had a typo right there. But and I was doing things last minute. That's why we started a little late, had some technical difficulties and stuff. But what does a consequence of manipulate look like? What does a consequence of manipulate look like?
Word. So I think I can give you a positive and a negative, right? Um, Start with the positive. I wrote down you can be mentored at work, right? Uh, and the consequence from being mentored at work could very well be a promotion or more responsibilities. Maybe not necessarily more responsibilities in a sense of slavery, but more skill sets or more tools in your tool belt that either could be used now or later on in life, right? It just gives you more things to add to your resume or things that you can build upon by having a mentor that can help manipulate your career, right, or your future career path. That's my positive when I think of a positive consequence. When I think negative, um, point blank period, you can lose your life. Um, a woman this is from a man's perspective, right? A woman who is toying with her baby daddy um, and her new man's feelings, right? Trying to either get as much attention as she possibly can, and putting one against the other could have one of those two men dead, if not both dead. From her manipulation of one over the other or of both, right? For whatever her goal is, right? So positive. You can get more money, you can get more skill set, you can get a bigger network, because if you're being mentored, in my mind, that's by somebody of status, of note, somebody that's been there for a while, so they can introduce you to more people. They have more history there. So to me, that suggests that your brand is exposed to more things potentially, positively. So that's a good consequence, and negative is you can lose your life. That's what I got.
For sure, for sure. You said losing your life, that could be a severity, a negative consequence, and then possibly a positive, a mentorship where you actually receive a promotion and develop a relationship with a person. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, somebody who actually cares about your progression.
like for real, like because they like you, like they
Yeah,
really like you.
yeah.
They're not
Somebody
just trying to get a bullet in their eval. I mentored Ali. Nah. They're not
like,
even gonna put this in their eval. They're just gonna do it because
well, you know how that go.
yeah.
It's some people who rank allows them just to say everything y'all did. I
I did.
oversaw
I
it.
oversaw.
I oversaw it. You know, meddle me. You know how that shit go.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that is that's a funny form of manipulation. I guess that's more of an entitlement, like when they say rank has its privileges,
Yeah, right.
you
Like,
know. Um, but definitely looking at this question, let me pull this back up. What does a consequence of manipulate look like? Um, Man, on a positive consequence of manipulate, I'll go to, since you went to the work life,
mhm.
I'll go to the home life,
Hey,
where you have uh whatever type of home life it is, couple, you know, spouses and everything, like I don't want to leave nobody out. You know
that's why.
what I'm
That's why I
saying?
went to work.
Yeah, like I don't want to leave nobody out for real, because everybody household situation look different. You know what I'm saying?
And it's none of
But
my business.
yeah, but everybody still has to work together. Like it don't matter, this the gender of the people in the relationship. If you have in a household, functional household have to run just like a traditional functional household. It takes two people on the same accord, working on things together, manipulating the things that it takes for the relationship to work, manipulating the things that it takes for the household to function, you
Word.
know. So, so like that's a positive to me. That right there, that's a consequence of positivity, where things function correctly like they supposed to, and that
Oh,
does go
yeah.
ahead, guy. What you got?
No, we said that we covered that in our regular conversation, right? Because that sound is so regular, like things function the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Like that is so basic. That is so regular, and man, that's a freaking win when things work the way that they're supposed to, when they function the way they're supposed to inside a household.
Inside the household, yeah.
Like all your bills are paid, all you got food in the cupboard,
Yeah.
like you got lights, gas, water running, everything. You can watch TV, turn your lights on, turn the AC on, turn the heat
Yeah.
on.
It don't matter if we paid it on the day it was paid or 2 days later. We
It's
got it done.
it's on. It's
Yeah. We
it's
keeping it on, we keeping it rocking, we got it rocking non-stopping.
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying? So
you
it's like
winning. You
you
winning.
winning. I love to see it. I'd be like, man, that's all we should be on is that. That's all we should be on is uplifting and trying to see each other win. Because if we already doing, it's already enough fuck you nigga going on.
Too much. It's too much of that. it's too much.
And if you gotta wear this skin, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna do it for when somebody who don't look like you tell you to have to do it, you know what I'm saying? Then why would somebody who look like you asking and like, no, don't tell me to tell you to do shit. You grown. I won't be in charge of you telling you to do shit. You grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you want to tell me to the police to tell you? You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't trying to tell nobody to do nothing. I'm like, shit, we adults, because ain't nobody got to tell me to do shit. I'm going to accept responsibility of my stuff, and I'm going to hold it down. Like, because ain't nobody else going to hold the shit down for me.
100% nobody else.
You know? So, yeah, so that's, you know, that's one of the things that I think that a side of manipulate can look negative. You know, where you think that, you know, I'm a one up and then the shit backfire, you know what I'm saying? And then now it's like, oh yeah, remember the initial thing that was the accountability that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
was one up on the list?
You know what I'm saying? Like won't nobody lying on you, you know what I'm saying?
At all.
Won't nobody trying to, you know, have you doing some shit that wasn't illegal. You know what I'm saying? That you was already doing was illegal. Like, you know, we just trying to keep shit legal around here. We, you know, like that's it. Cause we done made it this far. If you done came from anywhere that don't look like this, you know, if you done came from somewhere that look raggedier than this motherfucker where we at there, you know what I'm saying? Then you done came from something. Real shit, bro. If you done came from some shit that look raggedier than where the hell we at right now, then you done came up. You know what I'm saying? So you can act like it. You know, fuck all that you can't take the nigga out the hood, but you can change it. Man, fuck all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas trying to be real for who? Other niggas that ain't got shit? Other niggas that ain't trying to get shit?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, family. You know, how I'm gonna want my kids to have something. How I'm gonna want my nieces and nephews and all them to have something, to be able to look at me and think like, man, I could do that if you could do it, because you from the same place I'm from. You done grew up around the same shit that I grew up with, you know? So yeah, you could do that too. This ain't shit. You just need to learn more than just getting your credit together to buy a goddamn house. Because it's going to be a whole nother lesson that's going to come with that when you get it. You know, and that's all they'll sell you. Just get your credit right. Get your credit right. And then you get in there, get all happy. Oh, shit. And then you come in, and then now you got damn taxes. What the fuck going on with these taxes? You got
insurance?
Just insurance. Whoa, hold up. I got to.
Yo, God, at least
I got to pay this maintenance fee. I got to cut this. I got to do this. I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like all this little shit start piling up, bro. Then you like, oh, electricity. Let me tell you something. It was a little young brother come around here asking about some solar panels. You know what he said?
What did he say?
He said, he said, if you get solar, everybody else's electric bill around you can go up and yours will be cheaper. And, you know, you'll be getting in it. They'll be paying your electric bill. He said, they'll be paying your electric bill. I told him, I said, bro, why the fuck you think I want to run my neighbor's electric bill up? That's a horrible sales pitch, young man.
Yeah.
Why you think I want my neighbor's electric bill to go up? Why would you think that would be a selling point?
Yeah, it sounded like he misspoke. Sound like he's trying to say something different.
It sounded like he was trying to manipulate some shit, and they know, you know,
and didn't know what he was talking about.
Hell yeah, because I'm just like, that don't sound like, oh, you know, like what type of neighbor would I be to be like, oh yeah, but everybody else gonna pay for my shit? Oh, great.
Yeah,
like
what it sounded like. So then this is just a side note on solar panels. when they talked to me about it, there's a program you can get into it, and I thought it was just the state of Florida situation where you pay $400 and you buy into the program, and now uh, your house can be looked at as a power plant. So if you can actually produce more energy than you consume, all the energy that you have excess is now what you're selling back to the grid, which is what they mean by uh, your neighbors. It's what it sounded like to me. What he meant by your neighbors will be paying you, but
uh Charlie Brown, womp womp womp, all that shit. Nah.
that's what it sounded
Nah,
like.
nah, slow it down, Charlie Brown. That's what I told him, man. Fuck all that. That he needs to go and work on his pitch, okay? And
He
then
need to go
he
learn what the hell he talk about. That's what
yeah,
he need to
and
learn.
then he need to come back with something that sounds beneficial for the environment and
See,
and
and that's what I'm saying,
cost
right?
effective and those type. He needs to do that with homeowners to get them to, want
And
to
that's what
possibly spend some money with him, man. Like he talking about taking advantage of other folks. You
and
know what I'm
that's what I'm
saying? Like
saying. That
that ain't,
he worked on his elevator pitch.
I'm like, who taught you that? Who sent you out here like that? That's what I'm saying in my brain, but I ain't, I just
Yeah,
told him, the
he know what the hell
truth.
he was talking about.
Yeah, like ain't really, we contemplating, but we ain't on that type of contemplating with it. We looking at, like I said, the greenhouse thing, the what you just said being something that we can effectively, be cost effective and possibly make some money if we can too. So like,
Which is
yeah,
completely. That's what I said was completely different to what he said.
completely different. Completely different. He talking about taking advantage of your neighbors and shit. Their electric bill gonna go up, and he's smiling and shit.
Yeah, right.
And he's so surprised, and he was so disappointed that I didn't bite on that shit.
Yeah,
That he doubled backed and tried to. He had this little look on his face, like, like you ain't gonna go for that. You know what I'm saying? And I peeped it. I was like, oh man, little boy, you're gonna have to get the fuck off my porch, man.
before you get fucked up.
You
Kind
know
of,
what I'm
kind of,
saying?
kind of like the way Joe Biden was talking to Charlemagne, talking about if you don't vote for me, then you ain't necessarily black,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like on that level of disrespect, then like yo, like you supposed to go for that. Like you about to be able to take advantage of your neighbors and get paid from your neighbors. Like
yeah,
that's not a good idea. To their bill is gonna go up, and then you're gonna make some money. Like that's not good. Don't you want to do that?
yeah.
Yeah.
No. No, thank you. That won't be the reason. We live in a little bit more righteous than that, family. You know what I'm saying? And we thankful for what we got. We ain't trying to take advantage of nobody's shit. We want everybody's shit to be nice and bright and right and how they like. You know what I'm saying? For real.
I remember my oldest son was playing baseball some time back, and he was fast running the bases and stuff. And we was playing in some hood, and some young cats was out there, and one of the older heads walked up to me, was like, "Yo, that's your son?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it was like, "Yo, man, I coached, the little Pop Warner League or whatever, little football league. We can really use him, man. He really fast, man. You don't need him out here playing his white boy sport. You know what I'm saying? Need to come out here and playing the real sport, right?" He's like, "Yo, man, like it's like we got all the local D boys out here. They sponsoring the kids, you know what I mean, paying for their uniforms and stuff, and like like they take care of everything, like buying them all of the latest Jordans." And like the more he talking to me, like, yo, God, I went from being interested because here it is, somebody is talking to me about my son and taking him from not from one sport to another, but saying that he got talent and that he can be he can be like a Bo Jackson out this motherfucker. To losing me with the local dope boys, and he's like, yeah, every once in a while they be gambling on the games and stuff. I'm like, man, I don't be needing to be around none of that. And he got a big old dumbass smile on his face the whole time he's talking about all this criminality around these kids. And I'm saying, like, how is this fun? Like, why would I possibly take my son from this baseball game, from this nice, safe environment where we just playing baseball? Ain't nobody betting on no games. Ain't no local D-boy sponsoring nobody or no teams or
Right. We got a booster club over here,
you
big dog. You
know
know
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying? Like, you know, like I get up and go to work every goddamn day. So
I get up and
my
go to
just
work
could do
every
this
day.
shit, man. Like fuck
How much
on,
money he
man.
need? Like they need how
Yeah.
much for the team? Like they need what snacks? Like what? Like here.
Sound like that, you know, you make you want to pat, it make you want to pat him down and be like, man, you got on the wild, something the fuck
What you
going on?
talking about? Like, what you
It's a
talking-
conspiracy or something, you know.
and that's and the smile that he had on his face while he was trying to sell this idea to me was just crazy. I'm like, nah, man, I'm good, bro. Like he's like, oh man, don't be like that. Don't be a square. I'm like, man, I'm
Don't be a
don't
square.
like, don't piss me off, bro. Like I'm
Don't be
trying.
a square.
I'm trying.
Don't be a square. That's what he said, God.
Yeah,
Like you trying to get me off my square.
yeah, right. Like I'm trying my best.
Oh, rectangle circle head ass nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we don't play with our around our children, bro. Like,
Come
it's
on, man.
you
You
know. I'm
want me to
like,
do some dumb shit.
nah. I went from talking like he in safety right now. You talking about putting him in the danger zone?
And jeopardize the young guy's safety, putting him in an environment where hey, I know he playing around little boys who ain't toting no switches. Okay.
Right.
I know he playing around. I know he around little boys that ain't thinking about no goddamn switches or no sticks or none of that foolishness.
They going to the batting cages for real.
You know, they getting picked up going to the batting cage. They doing, you know, shit to improve the actual activity of the child, to improve the skill set of it.
Yeah.
You know, feeding what the child is interested in, feeding it. You know, the child likes this. Okay, so I'm gonna facilitate that. I'm gonna make sure you like an instrument. Okay, we're gonna play it. Here go lessons. Here go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, you want to go play for the school band? You want to go play for the local orchestra or whatever they got going on, the church
All of
group,
it.
all that. We there. We making sure you there. If we ain't there to do it, then we gonna make sure brother so and so or sister so and so gonna make sure that you're there.
The village will get you there.
You talking? See, I'm talking about. So it's like, and that is the parent making sure that you ain't in the street doing no dumb shit. You over here active. I know where the hell you at. You don't have no chance to get involved in no shit. You don't have no chance to become Trayvon Martin on his way minding his business. Okay. You don't have no chance for that shit to come up or to happen to you. You know why? Because you somewhere supervised in an environment with some other people who give a damn about their self, and they give a damn about you too, and you're doing something constructive and positive that's going to help you. That could be a tool or a resource, because an instrument can get your ass through college if that's something that you want to do. Because guess what? Now mom and daddy don't have to worry about trying to do this and do that to get you through college, because you done played that instrument and you can just go there then. If you want to go play the flute, goddamn, and get and become a PhD, you can do it all while you
They pay for the whole thing
Pied Piper that, you know what I'm saying? So
because you play the flute.
just because you playing the flute,
Yeah.
you know, so it's like, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know why God people not understanding manipulation, but you know, like I do not know why. You know how we had consequences and repercussions and shit. I don't know. I don't understand why manipulate is just stuck on negative, and people don't acknowledge that they manipulate all the positive things that they manipulate in their life. That they do in their life, they have manipulated those things as well, other than the fact that we're just not taught
That's the
to
answer.
correctly apply this word.
That's the answer. I'm telling you, like I'm saying, again, to your point earlier of something needs to be done. I'm saying our media, which I'm saying we get the majority of our training from. We get the majority of our lessons from the TV, from the movies, from the music, from the advertisement, billboards, the commercials, right? The way we wear our clothes, all that stuff. It's they're not giving us good skills in those lessons. They're giving us constant tripping and falling, looking back, staying too long. Somebody just do something, any damn thing. I don't care what it is, just do something, right? And even in the movies, they'll show you two guys, right? They'll show you the girl, somebody just do something, and they'll show you the guy that she with, just trying to respond, just doing or react, just doing something. It'd be the not the wrong thing, but not the right thing either. But then they show you a whole nother person. He do something, and it'd be the thing that opens up the way. And now the wife is leaving her man, going for this guy because that guy's gonna get us out of here, right? Like that's a manipulation of the psyche. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's all mind fucking you, bro. Like, cause the woman wants you to do something. She wants somebody to do something. She don't even care who.
I mean, but that's just the nature of
Yeah, but I'm saying that's
uh,
not real though. I'm saying
the
that's
feminine
TV.
principle. Like,
I don't think so. I think that's just I think that's TV telling us that, and we act.
no, because okay, so look at this. So right, if this was some old traditional, and we were still way back in the day, right? Way back in the where it's
Wait.
just man and woman, right? If we wasn't on no partner things with none of the new stuff that we
Yeah.
have compassion for, none of the new arrangements that we see going on in relationships, right?
Mm-mm.
So if this was that, then what was it traditionally? Then you had somebody who provided and you had somebody who stayed home,
Correct.
you know? So the person that stayed home still needed those things from the provider.
Correct.
So isn't that still a place of where somebody still needs something?
But they both needed, but they was both in need though, right? The provider needed somebody to make a home,
If they
right?
want, yeah, if they wanted that, yeah, if they wanted that, then yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be a provider necessarily. They'd just be surviving. So
No, because a lot of men back in the day, you know what I'm saying, would uh didn't abandon their children. Like men didn't start abandoning their children till like the 60s and 70s.
yeah,
Like
a
the
hundred.
late 60s and the 70s was when men started abandoning their children. Because granddad and all them, grandmama and all, they all was together. If you find somebody now who like in their 80s and something and they married, they been together.
Even if granddaddy had multiple families,
Yeah, 90, somebody in the 80s, they been together.
they've been together.
Yeah, like that's all them cats from pimp era and all that. All that shit fucked us, fucked the whole community up.
All of it. and
All of
and
that.
and that all that black exploit again, movies, right?
Yeah.
That's all that black exploitation, all that Iceberg Slim stuff, all that the Mac stuff, and everybody on that Goldie stuff. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, we went from wholesome leaders to pimps and hoes
Yeah.
on
You
on the
know?
on the big screen, right? Because those were the movies roles that our actors could get, right? Was in these films, and they was paying, and they was like, oh, you on TV? Look, I'm on the big screen, right? It was an exploitation film that we see now, but it was a narrative that they were spinning, and everybody started wearing fish shoes for real in real life, bro. Yo,
Platform.
yo, I first saw that in like I remember the first time I seen that joint on 42nd Street. I'm like yo, like it went from something you saw in a movie to like on somebody's feet. And it's like I was like, I don't get it. Like I don't understand
That's crazy.
like how that worked. Like the fish, how's that fish alive, right?
Yeah.
Right? But that was me seeing something take from the screen that was supposed to be fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
that somebody actually did in real life, and had other people talking about, ooh, look, I want that, I want to do that, and it starts a thing, and I'm like, ah, man, like, so
You know,
now we all want to be pimps.
I think that that's been the biggest. That's why they call the TV the mind control box.
Yeah,
That's why we do what we do, trying to combat some of the stuff that is just ignorant. Like it don't.
yeah,
It's just is ignorant. It ain't ignorant.
it's ignorant.
It's ignorant. That way. So so that's why we do this, because it's just like, man, like we been there. I would be a hypocrite if I sit here and said that some of the stuff that we talk about, that I never thought that it was cool to think like that. I would be absolutely lying through my teeth. That's something real I'm gonna get y'all. Like, I would be lying through my teeth if telling a bold faced tale if I sat up here and said that I didn't think some of that ignorant shit was cool before.
Yeah,
But live long enough, realize how far the ignorant shit gets you versus doing something different. You ain't gonna see what the doing something different do until you start to do something different.
yeah.
You're just gonna be stuck doing the ignorant shit, and you're gonna be tight, because guess what? It's just gonna be like, damn, this ignorant shit be having too many fucking ups and downs and frowns and all that other dumb shit. But when you're doing the right thing, you ain't got to be frowning too much. You're gonna be figuring some shit out.
Yeah.
You may have a little, but guess what? Man, shit gonna work out. Like we said, it's because you doing the work.
Yeah.
Cause you want it to, cause you desire it.
And because things are functioning properly, you're gonna have a balance where it means you're gonna have some strife and you're gonna have some easiness. You're gonna have a balance. It's not gonna be all good, it's not gonna be all bad. It's gonna be properly functioning. It's gonna be even kill.
Regular.
Gonna be regular.
It's gonna be regular. And for anybody who don't know what the word regular is defined as, you can check out Cigar Sunday's live episode, regular. I'm not sure which number it is.
Yeah, I know, right?
Or you can just go to the dictionary and actually read the word, and go to the definition of it. Do not ask Google what it means.
No.
Because regular, what it means is, oh, that's regular. Oh, that's regular. Oh, that's regular. And once again, people have no idea that if you have regularity in your life, then you are winning. You are a fucking winner all day.
Super duper winner. Super duper.
You're
Like
a winner all day if you got regular.
When you wake up in full abundance, like you are, like that's where generational wealth actually starts, right? Like you have to recognize that, like that regularity is winning, right? And we got to teach that. We got to teach consistency, right? So if our babies, if the people that we love could forget about the babies, right? If everybody that we love could just start from now today to just a little more consistency on just a little more regularity, like it'd just be, life would just be easier. It just will be, man. Like, so, because even the hard things will be regular enough to where you just will know how to deal with them, and they won't be hard anymore. They would just be things, right? And
That's part of that manipulation, though. Like hip hop has manipulated people into thinking that regular means cheap.
Super cheap.
Okay. And that if it's regular, then it's cheap. It's not expensive.
Yeah.
But that's because, right? Because that is the correlation between it. When they say that, when they say that it's regular, they're referring to it being cheap, not being
Gee,
expensive enough.
we
Okay.
not we not even talking about quality. We just talking about
We
expensive.
just talking about price.
Talking about price.
Okay. But that's the manipulation and how ignorant the shit is, because nobody desires to go and find out what regular is, what is defined as, and apply that to their life. And once you go define it and you read what it is, and you be like, damn, and then you look at yourself and look at the positive things that you have in your life that go on, you'll realize that, yeah, these are regularities, and I'm manipulating these things and being successful because of the regularity, because of the regular activity that I do that is necessary to make these things and allow these things to be successful.
Yeah, way more wins than losses on the most for the most part. Normally, most people got way more wins on a day to day. You woke up winning. You woke up. That's a win.
That's a super win.
You know what I'm saying?
Super.
You, you made it. You made it to work or to school. Super win. You made it to lunch. You made it home to your loved ones. You got to bed. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You woke up again, like you know what I'm saying? I think we are successfully navigating our 24, right? And one day at a time. I think if we just keep repeating that day over and over and over again, I think we have a successful life. I think we have a nice.
No, God, no, you gotta do some shit different.
Yeah, there's some shit
And
different.
yeah, you gotta do some shit different. Yeah, you know. I mean, now you can be complacent too and have a successful regularity and complacency. So I'm
Yeah,
not saying, but if we want to elevate, I can't make the same money that I made last year and think I'm going to elevate.
that's true.
I can't not plant the same amount of food that I did last year. If I don't plant more, then I won't have more the next year.
That's true.
You know,
You know, I'm just super focused on practicing having enough in the first place
so
because
you maintaining regularity. You making sure
because I
if I
haven't
don't plant more, I plant enough.
because I haven't practiced that enough.
Yeah.
I've always thought about more before I even had enough first,
See, thinking
right?
ahead.
So see, but I thought ahead and I was also acting ahead, and I wasn't preparing myself to actually be in the future where I wanted to be, right? Because I didn't have my regular down packed yet,
Right.
right? So that's what I'm practicing. That's what I'm working on now. And I've been successfully sh- showing myself that this regular stuff is the way to go.
Is the way to go, right?
It's the way to go.
I'm
Like you
telling
just you
you,
just you just
regular is wonderful. That's what
you
I'd be
just you
like,
just
man. You
you
niggas
just you just
need
have
to
you
be
just have
regular all day.
yo, you know it's as simple as doing a budget. You just have more money when you budget properly, right? Like you just do. Like it just works out to where when you put something on your budget and you put your money together and do it right, you just have enough. Like it just works out. Like it just works out. If you follow your budget, like it works out. Like it does work out. Don't ask me how. It just does, right? And I don't even care why. It just does, right? Like
You said how the lights on. Where you are you? Let me ask you this: are you using your own electricity right now for this live stream? Then I would agree. you
because
are
because
you are manipulating the situation successfully.
I did go to work.
Yeah.
I did pay my light bill, right? I did. Yeah, son. Like it's yeah. Yeah, nah. So yeah, I agree. Like you to the elevation, um, but I do recognize that from starting farming, I realized right away that people have expectations too far in the future and they don't process right now enough, right? Right now is never good enough to a lot of people, and folks kept trying to get me to. That's why I say, like, when I first started, it took me a whole year to actually put a seed in the ground to start growing anything, because I was talking to people, trying to figure out what was the best thing to grow, what should I grow, what will they buy if I were to grow it for them, kind of thing. And that year was a whole year of wasted time, because people wanted everything and didn't want anything at all, right? And once I started growing what I could get to grow in the first place, that became the product. And that's what they bought.
Mm-hmm.
What I could consistently grow and produce on a regular basis is what they consumed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What they said they wanted, it might still be what they really want. But I don't necessarily care about that, right? Because what I can do is what I can do, and they support me for that, and I support them with that. Right? So that's why I say I'm practicing um regularity, because in just my upcoming with this whole business thing, people was showing me and trying to get me to go too far, too fast, take out loans. People, like, so many people was trying to get me to take out the PPP loan. Yo, Ali, did you get the PPP? Ali, and granted, I got a real business,
Right.
but I wasn't in position to take advantage of that, right? And for what they was telling me to do was all about getting over and coming up and negatively manipulating the system to where I probably would have been locked up right now with everybody else.
Hold up, guy. I don't want you to tell me who told me, but who was
Mhm.
trying to manipulate you and it's getting a PPP loan? They was talking some go to jail, do not pass, go shit. Who's that?
There's a bunch of people, man. It was too many people to actually name any one person, right?
No, no,
Uh,
no, not name a person, a situation. Like, just can you share one of the stories of like how they came to you and was just like, oh, well, if you get this, then we could do this or we could do that.
Oh,
Like,
that's
coming
exactly
out.
how that's exactly how it went, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, yo, Ali, like you farming, you got a business, right? That was another thing. People started talking about, like, yo, if you need an investor, right? I'll invest. And I'm like, if we got all this money to invest, then let's do something. Tell me what you want, right? But they want to Shark Tank you and take 50% of your business by giving you $1,000. And I'm like, man, get out of here with that, right? Everybody looking to take advantage. And once they on some old the PPP loans came out, and they like, yo, Ali, they got so many things you can do with agriculture. Like, yo, we can do this, we can do that, right? And it was never stuff that we can really actually do. It was things to just put on paper to say that we was gonna do. We were gonna. It just didn't feel right. Like, right, like to say it, like, for me, I couldn't Umar Johnson it, right? No pun intended. I couldn't say I'm gonna do a school and not actually do a school.
That's foul as shit. You don't even know, guy. How you know Dr. Umar Johnson?
That's why I
Ain't,
said no
ain't
pun
got,
intended. That's why I said no
yeah,
pun intended.
nah, but you put him in there though. Like,
Yeah, because it applies. Because for those of us that's been following
he
for a
got a
long time,
school though. Don't he got a school?
he may have a school now, right? But for those of us that's been following for a long time, right? There was like a whole thought process for a long time that he was fleecing people, and that there was never ever gonna be a school. So you had people that, with all their heart and soul, believed in him and this idea so much that they was putting up their money. And then you had a whole nother set of people that was like, man, y'all getting ripped off. He's robbing y'all. Y'all should stop. And I'm like, if they want to get their money, let them get their money. Like, I don't care. Why do you care? Right. So that's why I said that, right? Because he fit that, um for 10, 15 years. you know,
10, 15 years. He been riding. Umar been riding it. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it built for 10, 15 years. Haven't been that long, honestly.
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I
know.
don't know, but shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson, man. Hope you
Yeah,
get
no,
the school
and
going,
I
man,
hope we
for
do get the
real.
school going, right?
You
Because
know, because
I
black boys need something, man, for real. If you all about that, then trust me. If I hit the lotto, man, I would give you the money. But I don't play the lotto, brother. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be able to hit it. I'm putting my $2 to work somewhere. Unless it go to $1 billion. Whenever that thing go to $1 billion, I spend $2.
Hell yeah, you
I
ain't
ain't
lying on
spending no
that.
more than that though, playing with that thing.
Yeah, nah,
But
son, it's
but definitely though, man, we have been discussing the word manipulate tonight, y'all. And we just got finished answering our third question of the evening. What does a consequence of manipulation look like? And we exchanged some very fun insights, some very, in-depth insights. And yeah, I suggest you guys go and, in a replay, check out some things. And we would also like to know what you think a consequence of manipulation looks like in the chat or in the comment section below. We really appreciate it. And we have reached that time of the show where we ask that final question. We've been smoking on the word manipulate tonight. And our final question of the evening is the word manipulate bad, good, or misunderstood? The God Ali Dawu El at BK Soul Farm. What you got for us, family?
this might sound crazy, God. I had a previous thought, right? So because I say that is natural, I think manipulation is a human thing, right? We all do it. Just because it's natural doesn't make it good,
Right.
right? So I cannot say that it's good because it's natural, right? I definitely think that is misunderstood, and because of 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 marketing and people thinking that brainwashing and mind control is not marketing, right? They teach a whole class in college on marketing and business, and it's all about manipulation, right? And how to sell stuff to people and how to make them want things and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with the word is bad, right? Because it's used poorly in a much greater use of the word. While we do use our tools skillfully, I also see people drive recklessly. Hell, I'm herniated C3 to C7. Well, I got C6 was replaced, but right, because some dummy decided to make a U-turn from the right lane, right? Like, and I'm saying, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. So I don't like the word. And I'm saying again, I do think it's a natural thing that we do. And again, just because it's natural, doesn't mean it's good to me. So I'm going with bad. Manipulating is bad.
The God Ali Dawu El at BK Soul Farm says manipulate is bad. Yeah, God. I'm gonna agree that it's bad. And I'm also going to go with misunderstood. You explain the bad. I might just touch on the misunderstood just a little bit more, but I'm just reiterating something I said earlier. It's because that we're not taught to look at this word how to apply it positively. You know, I think that it gets left to people who actually work with their hands more so, to skill sets, you know, to with manipulate, you know, carpentry, welding, cosmetology, you know, all of those things, you know, because you are manipulating, you are doing something. You're taking the head, making it do something else. You're taking a piece of wood or a piece of metal, a brick or something, and making it do something else, you know. But people don't realize that the act of the things that you do in life are also that as well, you know. And it doesn't have to be just the negative things that you do in life, you know. If you can sit back and look at yourself and say, well, damn, the only time I try to manipulate some shit is negative, then you got some shit you need to work on as a human being. You know what I'm saying? I mean, only God could judge you, but I'm gonna tell you, you're a piece of shit.
You a piece of shit, bro.
You know. Fuck
I
it.
co-sign that. I second.
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Because, yeah, like everybody judging everybody picking and choosing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think like it's impossible not to. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody ain't gonna love you. You know. So I mean, that's just human. Like you just have to be prepared for that. You know, if you're not prepared for it, then you know you're gonna carry that shit on your spirit. It's gonna stress you the fuck out, and you know, God be with you, because I ain't on that. Like I can't. You know, it's too many other things God has blessed me with to carry negative, you know, energy like that. So, and plus I'm older, so I know like you can't, you know. All these damn gray hairs, like these just came from just like trying to get shit done. This shit ain't even
You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do stuff.
like
This is just from thinking. Just from thinking about some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
this shit ain't, you know, like the little bit of stress that came with it, you know, like it was probably a lot stressful situations, you know. We done did some shit, you know. I got I'm a decorated veteran, you know what I'm saying? So like we done did some stuff, but I mean, but like when you look at the gray, it's just like, damn, you know, like this came from genetics. Thanks, Dad. I put it on him, man. But yeah, but it would be nice if we all took some time to, you know, study the word manipulate and see how it applies to stuff. Like we always say with all these other words, we are not the gurus. We are just learning these things, and we trying to be better ourselves with learning and understanding and being a better human being. And that's it. You know, we fuck up. We are not perfect, you know. So if you like something here, pick it up, have a smoke. If you don't, leave it in the ashtray. And if you don't have anything else, God, we're going to go ahead and close it out this evening.
Yeah, God, I'm good.
Okay. Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure to like and share the video, and also subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. We want you to have a happy, happy, happy Easter. God bless you, your family, everybody, and have a peaceful and positive, productive start to your week. And we will see you all next time right here on Cigar Sundays Live at 8 p.m. East Coast time at Cigar Sundays. Peace, God.
Peace, God. This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016, 160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel, smoking on words like two big nerds, hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm. at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live.
DBCHEFTV.
Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.